Struggling to keep track of the constant stream of soap spoilers? Fear not, as every Monday Digital Spy picks out the biggest and best storylines hitting your screens in the week ahead. 1. Coronation Street. Abby considers forgiving Kelly. Continuing her mission to drive Kelly out of Weatherfield, vengeful Abby bars the youngster on her way to work at the barber's. Imran observes the tense encounter and reminds Abby that she has also done some shameful things, but she doesn't respond well to his criticism and slaps the solicitor across the face. Later, Abyss feeling victorious when Maria fires Kelly for failing to show up for her shift, but the news hits the troubled teen hard. With her world falling apart, Kelly resorts to taking spice again and is found by Craig in a terrible state. Concerned for her well-being, the copper urges Kelly to seek help before she ends up back in prison. Taking his advice on board, Kelly goes along the local drugs support group, where she encounters an angry Abby. As the meeting gets underway, Kelly bravely describes her difficult upbringing, explaining that she used drugs as an escape route. Her remorseful confession makes Abby start to feel a flicker of empathy, and later Kevin suggests it's time she stopped obsessing over Kelly and moved on with her life. 2. Emmerdale. Meena prepares to strike. As Charles holds a vigil at Manpreet's hospital bedside, Meena is praying that her sister doesn't wake up and out her as a murderer. After seeing Manpreet's eyes flicker, Meena decides that she can't take any chances. With the coast clear, Manpreet picks up a loaded hypodermic needle, but Manpreet's eyes suddenly snap open. Despite remembering everything that happened in the lead-up to the Woolpack explosion, Manpreet feigns ignorance, so Meena decides to spare her life. The following day, Meena brings Manpreet home to recuperate, but the doctor lands herself in danger when she slips up and shows signs that her memory may be returning. Panicking, Meena tries to ply Manpreet with sleeping pills, but as soon as she leaves the room, Manpreet spits them out and dials 999. Seconds later, she's connected to an operator, but before she has a chance to speak, Manpreet is horrified to see menacing Meena looming over her. 3. EastEnders. Aaron brings danger to the square. Keen to learn more about the Muslim faith, Dana asks Bobby if she can visit the mosque with him. Racist bigot Aaron, was vehemently opposed to the idea of his sister converting to Islam, is outraged. He meets up with fellow far-right thug Neil to discuss their plans to torch the RG Baji. However, nothing prepares Aaron for when Neil suggests they should up the ante with their evil mission. Fully aware of the danger that lies ahead, Aaron is terrified when he finds out Dana is planning to see 2022 in at the Albert. He desperately tries to dissuade his sibling from attending the event, but his behavior doesn't go unnoticed by suspicious Harvey. After spying Aaron and Neil looking pally in the square, Harvey's blood runs cold as he fears what his son has got mixed up with. As the night celebrations get underway at the Albert, Harvey's in turmoil as the gravity of Aaron's actions hits him. Will he be able to act before tragedy strikes? 4. Hollyoaks. Dave is Maxine's real dad. Trish has been unnerved by the arrival of Dave Chen Williams to the village, and it soon becomes clear that the two have a shared history. With Maxine oblivious to her mum's discomfort, Trish arranges for them to have a photo shoot, only for the photographer to be a no-show. How will Trish react when Maxine turns to a stranger for help? Later, Max is distraught to discover Trish is planning to leave the village and decides to play matchmaker in the hope she'll reconsider. She arranges a cozy date between Trish and Dave, but is stunned when she discovers they already know one another. Unable to carry on lying, Trish fesses up that Dave was her former lover but refused to leave his wife for her. But nothing prepares Maxine for the next life-changing bombshell Trish drops Dave is actually her biological dad. 5. Emmerdale, vengeful Kane targets Ellis. Belle is hopeful that her and Ellis can get things back on track when he invites her out an excursion with little Kyle. As the trio enjoy their little adventure in the forest, Belle moves in for a kiss with her ex, but the moment is ruined when Ellis receives a call from Priya. Realizing Shess in need of help, Ellis rushes off, leaving Belle and Kyle behind. By the time Ellis catches up with Priya, Shess already regretting ringing him, and Hess furious with her for wasting his time. Elsewhere, in the freezing cold forest, Belle is concerned when Kyle twists his ankle and decides they should head home. But as she returns to her car, she realizes she gave her keys to Ellis before he left. With the temperature rapidly dropping, Belle is forced to break her own car window in an attempt to keep Kyle warm. Once inside, Belle leaves a desperate voicemail for Ellis just before her phone loses battery and cuts out. Stranded in sub-zero temperatures, Belle and Kyle lose consciousness, and later that night an enraged Kane is on the warpath as he swears his revenge on Ellis. Will Ellis fall victim to the dangerous Dingle? 6. Coronation Street, Fizz breaks Tyrone's heart. After the drama of Christmas Day, peace has been temporarily restored between Tyrone, Fizz, and Phil. But that could be short-lived as Tyrone renews his determination to win Fizz back. Convinced that Phil will eventually tire of playing happy families, Ty tells Evelyn when he does, he'll be waiting for his ex with open arms. Evelyn reckons Hess just kidding himself, and it seems she could be right when Fizz agrees to Phil's suggestion of Hope and Ruby calling him stepdad. Later, Fizz pops over and shatters Tyrone's dreams by announcing that she wants to sell their house because Phil has found them the perfect family property to live in. Horrified, the mechanic refuses her request, insisting the house is rightfully his. But when Fizz explains to Evelyn that she desperately needs a fresh start away from the bad memories of number 9, it gets her thinking. Confronting her grandson, Evelyn tells Tyrone it's his duty to do right by Fizz and the girls, even if that means putting his beloved house on the market. 7. EastEnders, Janine wrecks Mick and Linda's marriage. Mick may have rejected her offer to jump into bed together, but that's certainly not stopping Janine. Continuing her scheme to snare her married boss, Janine picks up on Mick's low mood and uses her powers of deduction to work out what's troubling him. While Nancy fumes at Janine's continuous meddling, Mick reaches a decision and announces that Hess bringing his family back together. Stuart comes up with the idea of throwing a Broadway-themed New Year's Eve party to celebrate Linda and baby Annie's homecoming, leaving Janine green with envy. So when Mick tells her she needs to start packing, she decides to take matters into her own hands. Having got wind of Linda's battle with the booze, Janine morphs into her alter ego Judith Bernstein and goes to despicable lengths to get what she wants. The next day, Mick's overjoyed that his plans are finally coming together, but is left heartbroken when Nancy delivers some bad news. Did Janine have anything to do with it by any chance? As 2022 arrives, tensions in the Carter household are rife following events from the previous night, and Nancy's had enough as she issues Mick with an ultimatum. 8. Hollyoaks, Becky causes more drama. Motivated by Luke's heartfelt words in his video, Cindy has decided to try and make every moment count. But following their disastrous family picnic, Shess wondering if she made the right choice. A trip down memory lane makes Sign see a chink of light at the end of the tunnel, but her optimism is short-lived when Becky encourages Ollie to propose a few controversial ideas that divide the Cunningham-Morgan household. While Cindy seethes, Becky's search for vengeance leads her to Dee Valley Hospital, and she tries to rope Ollie into her latest protest. However, Becky's plan backfires, and as the police arrive on the scene, Ollie can only look on in horror. Later, the lad learns Cindy was the one who called the cops, and feeling hurt by her betrayal, Ollie makes a rash decision that'll have consequences for his loved ones.